Do you get emotional when investing? This is a very important question to reflect on a day like today. If you're invested in silver, you know what I'm talking about. Very critical. The first question I'm going to ask you is, how much money do you have invested? Is it money that you need tomorrow or next week or next year? What's your timeline of your investment? These are super critical, important questions, because if your timeline is short, then you should have probably some stop losses really close or closer to what you would have if you're investing. Traders often put their capitals at risk. They're willing to risk a certain amount of money in their trade, but for investments, you can be a little bit more flexible on that. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to go through the silver chart as a good example this morning and kind of give you a big picture view. Once that's done, I have a couple other tidbits to share about just life in general and how we need to live a balanced life, making sure that we take care of ourselves, and that's going to lead us to success in our investment endeavors. So let me shrink my picture here. And first thing I want to look at, all right, you woke up this morning, you've seen silver's down to 22.30. Well, it's down 22.30 now, but it was down a little less before. But quite a big move on the daily price. But I back up and I look at the weekly price. My whole thesis, by the way, for silver, I'm going to make it very clear. I'm invested for new all-time highs in silver. All right. So I'm expecting that in the years ahead, we will have a big debt implosion. People will run to real assets, real money like silver. And this is where I'm going to make the most wealth on this investment. So I'm willing to wait. This is all noise, and I have to accept it as so. So you see here that we have corrected. Now we're at 22.28. Pretty big drop on the daily chart. But if we look at this weekly, and if I can just do, let's see what I can do here. I think this is in the way. Gotta move that out of the way. There we go. We'll make this a bit bigger. All right. So we had a major capitulation low down into, $12. That's incredible. So $12 silver was trading in March 2020. We're now silver is now trading at 22. Let's just say 22. Let's take on another. Let's say it drops to 22 today. 22. So we're $10 over the price of the low. So if you're a silver investor, you're happy about that. And if you invested down here, you're happy about this. So is it that much of a big move? In my opinion, it's not. It's just a small little correction back. We look now, what I really like is that we're back within this big zone, right? I took off all the drawing tools here because I wanted to make it clear. You see all these candle wicks here, right? We're back above, we're coming back, and we're testing these. I'm really hoping that these act as support so we don't drop lower than, let's say, 21.50. That's my hope, that we stay within this. We're just doing a kind of a back test after this major breakout, and then we kind of come up here. So really nothing to see here, right? I'm going to go back to the chart. I'm going to spend a bit of time with you guys looking at the last kind of cycle, all right? And I think this is it's critical on a day like today to accept what is happening, to know that it's going to happen again and again and again, and we just got to be ready for it, right? So we are looking here. Let's give you the date first. All right, April 2004. We're starting a ramp up. All right, we did a nice ramp up. Can you imagine if you're invested in this at $8.30, right? And we go down. Let me go right so I can see what I'm doing. We go down all the way to 550, 33% drop, right? And 1 month, this big candle, 1 month, right? 31%. I'm sure everybody was just throwing in the towel. We're done. Silver's done. And then it kind of comes back up, right? We have another nice big run, right? So now this run happens at the peak, happens in May 2006. So for a long-term investor, he sees his silver go up to 15.15. And then what does it do? Let's put this on the right. it goes down 38%, maybe a little less, 35, let's say 35%, right? So from 15 to 950, huge drop again, right? Throwing in the towel, this is done, this has never worked. Silver, it's the same thing, right? Then we have this beautiful rip again, all the way up to March 2008. All right, so March 2008, we had a huge correction. That's when most of the markets kind of went down. Went all the way down to what level? Go right here. It's a bit annoying because it takes a lot of room. Let me go up here, $9, right? So we're looking at an over 50%, probably 60% drop here in the value of silver. And just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, less than a year, okay? And then we make our rise again. We come back, we test this, and then we go for one heck of a ride, right? But in this ride, that started, and I was actually in the market back then, I remember it, and I made a lot of mistakes. I was only in my young 20s and just learning investing, learning about silver. And let's look here, let's go up, let's just take this candle here. So we had a nice correction here of 13-14% within the 1 month, right? And then we kind of came back up and we went right back up. And then I won't go through this whole bear market, but we went through a pretty significant bear market for silver. We broke out. You can really see, right? If you would draw a trend line, you know, we probably broke out here 2016. Then we consolidated, made a really big kind of bottoming pattern, tested on the March low, came back up, and then we went from there. Now we came back, we retested this. You see, it's a nice chart. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this chart. We haven't broken out of this trend line. If I would draw a line across here, we haven't done so. I'm not putting my lines on there because I don't want to bring all my lines back into the drawing. So all that to say is that today, yes, we are down now to 22.34. We might go down, like I said, to 21.50, 22. I really don't think we're gonna, you know, it could go back down to 18.50, right? That's a major support. If we want to go do a double bottom, if everything really crashes hard, that's possible. But do I care? No. So why don't I care? Why don't I care what happens today? Because Mr. Market, even though people will say Mr. Market is always right, I disagree completely. Mr. Market doesn't know anything, doesn't know the real value of assets on a day-to-day basis. We have algorithms in the market. We have traders in the market. We have a lot of emotional people in the market. We have value investors in the market. So if Mr. Market was right all the time, there would be no opportunities to find value in the market today. This is our advantage as investors, and we got to take advantage of that, right? I mean, it only makes sense. So while we think about this, it's critical to step back and look at the asset that you're interested in investing in. So in silver, let's say, is it worth the price that it's worth today? Knowing the fundamentals that I know and the research I have done regarding fiat currencies, debt, seeing personal debt, seeing even what people are doing, cryptocurrencies, these massive bubbles that are getting created in assets that don't have really any value. I know I'm in the right place, and it makes me sleep at night, and I'm willing to wait. So that's my little take on that. Now, I also want to talk about balancing our lives, right? Because if you're an investor, there's not much point in looking at the chart every 5 minutes, every hour, and just wasting your time and putting that energy in here and let it drive your emotions. Oh, what's happening? It's not working out. It's best to step back and work on other aspects of your life. All right. I'm going to give you an example of today. For myself, I had a day off today. I woke up, seeing the price of silver is currently down in a major way. I'm like, okay, fine. That's whatever. It is what it is. It's the market. And this is I'm not saying that this is not a challenge for myself as well. I'm not perfect here. I do get emotional. If it would crash $5 tomorrow, of course, I'd feel it. But I made a decision. I said, okay, well, I got my day off. I want to read a book. So I'm currently reading a book about value investing. I took some notes. I spent a good over an hour and a half, 2 hours on that book. Then I got up and I have a strict routine currently that I'm working out every lunch hour. So I did that full body dumbbell workout, got that completed, felt really great. I'm also doing a fasting. So I fast every day for 23 hours. I only eat between 5 and 6. I've done this since January 1st. It's been going really well. So I got that accomplished today. And now I'm creating this video, being creative, kind of discussing it. That's helping me out too with my thoughts. I'm making sure I'm prioritizing on the right things. It's the weekend coming up. Going to spend some good time with the family this evening and this weekend before I go back to work next week. So it's living a balanced life. It's accepting the circumstances and doing what you can today to keep control, to be in control. You can only control what you can control. You can only take actions on the things you can control. You can't do anything about the price of your investments and what they do today or tomorrow or next week. What you can do is get more knowledgeable, take care of your health, take care of your family, take care of any other priorities you have in your life, and go from there. So that's my thought of the day, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please share it around, subscribe to my channel, like the video. I'm hoping to be a lot more active in 2023 on this platform, and just working on my skills to become a better investor, a better communicator, and a better teacher. So thank you very much. Have a good day.